Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everyone. My name's Narelle Walk-On and I am joining you from Australia. I would like to say a very big welcome to our first Oceanic Ambassadors webinar. What a pleasure and an honour it is to be the host of our very first one, and I'm looking forward to many more in the near future if that's what our CEO requires of us. So we'd like to welcome Chris Johnson in from Michigan, who is helping us here today, and thank you again, Chris, for being here and for your support. We know that it's very early morning for you. Now, usually when we run our Australian webinars, I do an acknowledgement of country, but what I would like to do tonight is pay respects for each country that is coming in under the Oceanic Ambassador flagship, so to speak. I respect and we respect each and every one of you and your cultures that you share with us. So please feel welcome to, speak and to say a little bit in your language if you have a different language. We are mostly all English speaking here, but I know there are some from Papua New Guinea who talk Pidgin, and we respect that. So if you want to say something to, those in your country who speak a different language, you're very welcome to. I would like to say a few apologies, one on behalf of my dear friend, Yvonne, who is in India at the moment with her mum and sister on a wonderful holiday. Wrong time to go, Yvonne, wrong time. Anyway, she's having a blast, and I do hear from her once a day, usually very late at night. But I send apologies from Yvonne and also Tina, who I know may be in and out tonight, but Tina from Singapore, just apologies that she can't be here much in person. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call our leaders, and yes, I do understand we are all leaders. I'm just going to call our leaders from those countries just to share a couple of words, and then we're going to go over to a founder's feedback, or if you'd like to call it a brand ambassador's feedback. Think about those things that might have been said during the week, those things that you might have thought, oh, that really stirred me, or that sounded really good. It's only 1 or 2 minutes. We're not here for, hours on end. We're just here to start off with our Oceanic Ambassadors. So please feel free to have a think about that while I go over to the leaders first. So I'll call on you first, Peter. Peter's coming in from the Philippines.
Thanks, Narelle. Hi, everybody. Good to be part of this webinar. I think just like Narelle has said already, we would like to encourage everybody who is part of the countries that are listed here, okay, to be part of this webinar, not just only for tonight or this evening, but there will be schedules in the coming weeks. I think, Narelle has already said that this is part of what our CEO, really wants for us to get together and share about Onpassive just within ourselves, encourage, inspire one another looking forward. Now, I think each of us, like we are branded as brand ambassadors. So I think of the word ambassador. Ambassador really means representative of, of a country or of something important. Now, in this case, we're ambassadors that are representing Onpassive brand. Okay, so we play a very, very important part of the whole, I should say the whole Onpassive ecosystem, right? So just looking at the past, of what has been evolving and things that has been developed into where we are right now, I think we are into something very, very big, something historical, something that would totally change everything that we know, that's in terms of business, just everyday life. I believe Onpassive will just affect everyday life. So it's very important for us to be very assertive, very engaged, I think I should say that, so that we are not putting any kind of burden or problem with the company, but it helps, we are the one helping to really, really grow the company forward. So anyway, I'd like to really welcome each and every one of you, and we're looking forward for something great. It's happening now, and it will continue to evolve, continue to happen. And just one thought, every time like the old media team, were introduced in one of the webinars we had, I was really touched by the statement they made. When you listen very carefully, they would say, we are so honored, so honored to be part of the, founding members, during the time. But of course, that has already changed to all of us are branded as ambassadors, brand ambassadors, Onpassive brand ambassadors. So it's really encouraging, inspiring just to hear, everybody, even the tech team in Hyderabad, every time they come and meet the ambassadors or meet the founders, they would express that honor. Now that should make each of us very, very special. And I think that has been our CEO's vision, to make each of us a very valuable part of the company. So be encouraged. You should be proud of where you are. I think the future looks really, really bright, and a lot of things will be changed. So congratulations, I should congratulate all of you to be, sticking out with the company up until this time. And we are really into big things. So thank you, Narelle, and thank you everyone for listening.
Thank you, Peter. Fantastic. And what a beautiful share. It really just inspires everybody when we hear others speak from their heart. So thank you for coming in from the Philippines tonight. Really enjoy it and look forward to seeing you as a host or co-host in the near future. Okay, we're going to go over to Kenton because I know Kenton is up late. So Kenton, welcome in from New Zealand. And if you'd like to share with us tonight, thanks.
Yeah, hi everyone. It's really overwhelming to see us all here in one place tonight, and I'm so happy to know that we are proud ambassadors to our great company Onpassive, and I'm so thrilled to know a lot of us have waited a long time to get to this point right now, and we've stuck with our CEO Ash. We've supported him right through, and I'm just so happy to know that what is about to unfold in the near future, and to hear the stories of what we are doing and where we're going with Onpassive. So I just love where we are, and I'm so proud that I made that decision 3 years ago to be part of what we have right now. So it's just a fantastic feeling to be in a company where people from all over the world are coming together and sharing the love and care for other people. Well done, everybody, and I'm so proud to be here tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Kenton. And Kenton is our wonderful Kiwi guy. When you hear people say Onpassive Aussie girls and a Kiwi guy, Kenton is our counterpart from New Zealand. So thanks again, Kenton. I know that it can get quite emotional because this journey has been certainly, one of ups and downs, but when you hear our CEO speak, his heart. It's not easy to step away from that. So again, thank you for everything that you do to help us, and also for your country. So thank you. Okay, so we're going to go over, just before I go over to Anna, if she's here from Samoa, Australia, Samoa, I just want to put out a word for our PNG leaders that aren't here tonight. David Bakau, Nancy Yangavi, and Veronica Wying. I just want to say, you guys, we just send so much respect and love right now. It's hard to lose those that we love. It's even harder when it's least expected. So I send our love and respect from each and every one of us here tonight, and know that Ash would be sending his love as well, with sincere condolences and respect. So I just wanted to do a shout out for them because they aren't with us tonight. So please just pay some respects and maybe give them a little shout out and some love on Messenger or something like that. Thank you for that.
I'm here.
Okay.
Narelle, I'm here.
David's here now, Narelle. David
Oh, you are.
Mackay
Sorry,
here.
David. You snuck in the back door. I do apologize that I did not see you, but please, Anna, if you don't mind, if I can just go to David just for a minute, because I know that, yeah, thank
all
you.
right, okay.
Appreciate it. David, over to you. What I've just shared is that we're just asking our leaders from the countries to come in, and yes, we are all leaders, but just share a little bit about, you know, feedback, what you saw just recently, this last webinar that we had with our Mr. Ash, your journey. And we do respect that it may be an emotional time for you. So please feel free to just take time or, you know, speak for just a short period of time. So over to you, David.
Thank you, Narelle. Thank you, everyone here. Chris Johnson, thank you. I see a couple of our family faces here. I just want to greet everyone tonight, and thank you for setting this webinar up. And I know it will unite all of us in the region, and it's a good thing that we started. At least we started. That's the first thing. Yes, we have had a passing away of one of our founders. He's a senior man in the hierarchy in the police force. So, and he's one of our founders. So anyway, he's a close friend of mine. Anyway, he's Nancy Yangavi's in-law. He's a big brother to Nancy Yangavi's husband. But anyway, he passed on. So we are in kind of a mourning at the moment, but I feel that I just wanted to come in here and join us here and at least share with us what has happened. And with Papua New Guinea, just give you a short background on where we came. When the business was introduced to us through Mati, when Mati introduced the business to me, and then we started sharing, we never expected something like this. I was looking for something to earn income on, but it has turned out to be something much, much bigger. And I want to take my hat off to Ash because he has basically changed our mindset, our way of thinking, and Onpassive is certainly is going to help all of us. And I know it's not only for Papua New Guinea, but the humanity right around the globe. And for what has happened over the last few days, it's the companies, it's what the engineers have put together is it has made it so simple for us. We were a bit in anxiety, all of us here. And I was just telling our people here, don't panic, don't panic. Ash has assured all of us that even a small child can log into the back office, and old guy, 89 years old, can be able to log in. So if these two age brackets can get in, then all of us can be able to manage it. So so far it has been very good. It's just slick. Whatever has happened, and now that the back office is open up again and we started registering, a lot of us have registered through now. So it's going very smoothly, and the way it's set up is so fluid. It's so simple. So I just want to encourage all of us here. We are in for a very good time of our lives, and things are going to change. So thank you, everyone. I just want to greet you all tonight and be with you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, David. And like, again, I say love and respect to you all in this very sad time. We do appreciate. And honestly, when you shared that, you know, what you said about Ash and where we have been on this journey and how we came into this, we have all changed. If you haven't changed, then you haven't been plugged in as far as I'm concerned. But we have all changed and we are all family. And when you're sad, we're sad. Okay. So just know that you have many, many brand ambassadors all over the world thinking about you, and let that love be surrounded by you, around you all at this time. So thank you again for coming in and joining us tonight. Okay, Anna, thank you for allowing me to let David go first. Please unmute yourself and please share with us a little about yourself, a little bit about Samoa, and also what your feelings are from what happened this last week.
Thank you very much, Narelle. Much appreciated. Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon. In my humble voice, on behalf of Samoa or Blessed Pioneers, I want to express my sincere gratitude for this great opportunity to welcome everyone here tonight. And it's my pleasure to extend a cheerful welcome to you all. Your presence makes us very happy, and it is a pleasure to see all the smiling faces here tonight. Welcome, greetings to you all. Just before I go, I would just like to say something to David Bakau. David Bakau, I know David from last 2 years. We were talking on the phone. We were trying to, establish something to Samoa. Then I said to David, we can do this, David. We can do this, you and your wife. But sadly, the wife called. But, David, I said, David, you got to be strong. You got to be strong because, this is our time. This is God's timing. Your wife called, but you take over, your country. So, David, I took my, head off, for you, because you are a strong man. And that's why you've seen all my encouragement, and you always, answer me back. You always, text me back. This is good for me for today to keep me going. David, thank you so much. Narelle, and then this is a time for me to, I was so happy and proud of to be part of this company. Because, last 2 years, I was just thinking when Mom was still alive, I already promised Mom, once the company become launched, Mom, I will buy you a unit so you can live in that unit. And then Mom was saying, okay, I will keep praying for you, my daughter. I will keep praying for you. I say, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen soon. So this is from last year. This year, when Mom was starting to have some sickness, and I said, Mom, remember my promise? And she said, yes, my daughter. I still remember that. I said, we just pray God, just pray hard, so you can, get into this, this time of needs. And then after that, in May, when God called Mom, and then I said to, God, if this is a time for Mom, all right. So what about my promise that I already confronted you? And he say, well, it's time for Mom, but it's time for you. This is time for you, my daughter. Sometimes, most of the time, you always rely on Mom. Everything Mom did for the family, but you, this is your time. Now I have to take Mom home, and then this is your time. Now you can stand up your feet and then praise me, keep praising on me, and then keep following me. I reveal everything over to you through the world. But now it's a time for you to receive your blessing, receive the blessing after blessing. Now it's a time for you to shower you your blessing. Because why? You obey my commandment. You obey my word. You do it as what I told you to do. You caused so much tough times to your father. He passed away. Before your dad passed away, you always there for him. And he was blesses you. Your mom, you did the same thing to your mom. She blesses you before she just, before she departed the world. So all this blessing that I received, then I say, oh, well, this is why you bring, Ash into the company. Because now I can see myself, Ash, this is the man from God. Ash brought God brought Ash into the world to bless the whole world. Because what happened? We've been struggling, of every time, going through this, through marketing, all this MLM, LMM, we lost so much money. And then after that, the end of the day, say, no, I bring the one. I am bringing the one who can please bless everyone and all the world. So tonight, Narelle, it was a pleasure for me, to thank God to have you and all the top leaders. I know Chris, he's working 24 hours, 7 days a week. I know that. And then I pray and I intercede for all the top leaders, to strengthen them up, to give them strength, heal them, from the top of their heads to their toes. Why? Because they have the heart, love, everybody. United, we stand. And then that is the motto that I always taken with me. So now, when I look at the window and I saw my country, I said to God, now you took my parents. So who that I'm gonna serve? Said, my country, my country. And then that's why, that morning, that Sunday, I was just about to head over to church. And then the voice came to me, just go someone. I need you to do this. Then I just called, Chris Johnson. Chris just responded me. And I said, this Chris, I really want to help my country. I really want to help my country. And Chris said, okay, Anna. So when we spoke, when we talked, and then God answered my prayer. And then he just arranged the time for us to have that leadership meeting, so early. It was so, so soon. And then I said, God, my goodness, I can't believe this, how, you're working in mysterious ways, for us. And then after that, and we just have the, the meeting. Last 2 Sundays, one of the lady, from Samoa said, she had the vision. She saw the vision inside the church. That vision, while they have while they're doing the worship, while they on worshiping, and then she saw a big sign, and then there was a crystals coming down, and then she saw a big sign Onpassive, and then she couldn't see because it was a bright line. There was a bright light, just to hit on her face. But all she saw is right at the top is mentioned Onpassive. So she couldn't stop. She was crying and crying and crying that Sunday, 2 Sundays ago. And then I said to her, listen, that means all these things that God revealed it to us. So this is better for us to keep praying for Ash, because Ash, he is the captain, of the ship. But all we do, we have to intercede for him. Cover him with the precious blood, because I know I can see there's a lot of people trying to attack him. But because by God, he is safe. So now, Narelle, tonight, I was so happy. I was so proud to be part of this company. And then I tell you that all my people, they will all come. And then, support Nash and also the leaders and everyone. In Jesus' name.
That's beautiful.
Amen.
Thank you. Amen. Thank you so much, Anna. And thank you for sharing from your heart. Such a beautiful soul you are. And we are so pleased that you are here representing your country, your island, Samoa, and surrounding as well. We send you much love. Okay, let's all take a deep breath, and we're going to ask for hands to come up for those who do want to share a little about what they felt this week, how they, what they saw, what they heard. If I don't see any hands up, I'm going to keep talking. So you better raise your hands. I talk all the time. So, but I do want to share something that did come up for me this week. And I wrote a lot of this down because I knew that Yvonne would be ringing and saying, what did they say? And that I think it was 3 o'clock in the morning for me when Mr. Ash's webinar was on. So at 3 o'clock, I very rarely remember anything. And once I read the recaps or watch the video, I go, oh yeah, I remember that. But I knew that I would need to do that. So there was a couple of things that I wrote down for Yvonne. Some of it I can't actually understand my own writing. But one of the things he spoke about, and I think this is important for all of us as brand ambassadors to remember, okay, is he shared and said, do not share anything from our OES, our Onpassive ecosystem, Okay, this is proprietary. What you have here is not just any old business. It's not a little old back office that you paid to get into with that you know, automatic shipping every month and stuff like that, auto ship. It's not like that. It never has been, and it never will be. We are far above and beyond. So I ask you all to step up as brand ambassadors and respect what's been said and spoken from our CEO. Take pride in what you have. There are many things that go on in the background that a lot of us don't even know about. And yet we're quick to say, why isn't this working and why isn't that working? So I do want to bring a couple of those things up, and that's okay. One of the things he spoke about, though, which was positive, was that we are bringing value and solutions to the world. So no more saying products, no more saying service, no more mentioning money. We have the value in our products, and we are bringing a total solution to the problems of the world. And that could be anything from Obless right through to those in business and those of us just maybe who don't have a job but just want to earn a little bit extra. You're going to be able to fill your heart's desires, okay, whatever that is. Now this week, and I'm not going to go much into it, I had, it's not an opportunity. I had a choice to speak to somebody who comes from a different country, and they were rock bottom. Okay. Now, if you like me, I went to rock bottom a few times in my life because this blonde actually is called Blonde Roots. And sometimes you have to learn the lesson again and again and again. Sometimes the lesson comes back to you, it bites you on the bottom sometimes to say, hey, listen, you need to deal with this, right? But one of the things that that person shared with me was that they saw or envisaged that to be wealthy in this world meant that you had to have a big flash car or you had to have a big house. And the thing is, I said, but those people are not the happy people. The happy people come from their heart. And that's what we have here in Onpassive. We have people who come from their heart. Now, there are those who want big houses, big cars, and I'm not laying judgment on anyone for whatever you want. But let's just respect that our CEO has said there's no need to talk about money. We talk about value, and we talk about the solution that this is going to bring for each and every one of us because we saw his vision, but also for those who are going to come to Onpassive and go, oh my gosh, you know, this is something I've been looking for as well. So those are really important things that stood out for me this week. So I don't see any hands up. I'm not going to keep talking, but I'm going to call out a couple of names because I know there's people on here who want to share, and I'm going to, oh, David, you're sneaking in the back door again. Open up your microphone, David, please. Go ahead.
Narelle, thank you. I just want to thank you for that. And thank you, Anna. It's good to see you here. And yeah, we've been talking for 2 years, trying to get something going. But I'm happy that we finally put together something, and we getting the group going as Oceanic Ambassadors. Now, I was sharing with our founders, our brand ambassadors, over the last 2-3 days ago, maybe. And I was just speaking on what brand ambassador is. You know, a lot of us, I shared with our people that we may not be business people. We are just ordinary people. Those of you who are in business, that's okay. You can, Onpassive can be your other business. But for those who are just coming in and trying to make ends meet, and you found Onpassive is now your business. But what Onpassive is doing now is giving you a title of a brand ambassador. And a brand ambassador is something special that you have to treasure and also hold as a prestige, because it is not something that is, its value, as you said, and it's projecting all of us to the forefront. And no company has done that. No company has done that to an individual person or one of the members or distributors or like business we have known in the past. And what Ash is doing through Onpassive is projecting everyone, whether you like it or not. It's projecting everyone because we are now brand ambassadors and we have to carry that name with trembling and fear, knowing that with it comes a lot of responsibility. And because Ash is a person of integrity, what we are going to reflect here is the culture of a business that no one has basically done before. And Ash, if you have been traveling with Ash for the last 4 years, I told them that I've been with Ash for the last 4 years since I joined the business, and knowing Ash, attending every webinar, and Ash doesn't talk about the business. He doesn't talk about the money. He doesn't talk about those things. He talks about our mindset. He talks about the value of people. And that was what he has been instilling in us and changing us over the time. And we've all changed. Those of us who are connected and who have kept engaged have changed personally. And now that he has given us this title of a brand ambassador, it's very important that we hold it with respect, I'd say, hold it with respect, so that what we are doing now, it's going to reflect on what the company is. Whatever we do will basically reflect back on the company. So I've just encouraged our people, treat it with respect, that name, and wherever you go, you must know that you are in a company that is right up there, and the people will be looking at you. So basically, I just wanted to share that. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, David. We are certainly all very proud, proud ambassadors, absolutely. And we love that you're here tonight. I saw that one of your counterparts, Veronica Wang, sort of snuck in the back door as well. Must be a PNG thing. But Veronica, we are so glad that you are here with us. Please unmute and share. You're muted, Veronica.
Hi, thank you, Narelle. Good night, ambassadors. Good night. Can you hear me? The network is.
I'm going to say just maybe turn your camera off, even though we love seeing your face. Just turn your camera off because it's just starting to waver a little. Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay, is this better?
Yes, thank you.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll keep it short then because the network is playing up. I've been trying to get in for the last 50 minutes.
Okay.
Yes, so good night, ambassadors, brand ambassadors from Australia, New Zealand, Samoa. I don't see any Fijians here, but Peter from the Philippines and my fellow Papua New Guinean ambassadors. We see Chris Johnson's in the house. So good night, Chris. Oh, must be morning, early morning your end. But thank you very much. I've been looking forward to this Oceanic webinar for those of us in the Oceania group. For me personally, I'm so glad, and I really appreciate us getting together. We can go to the other webinars that we have, the corporate webinars that we have, but I think getting together the Oceanic team as a group, this will pave the way for us going forward to get to know each other better, because I think realistically, if we look to the future, we will probably be traveling to New Zealand, to Australia, to Samoa, to Fiji, to Solomon Islands, traveling to each other's country more to Singapore, then probably traveling over to the USA or to England. I mean, we would all like to go there, but us getting together and getting to know each other makes it easier for us to then move forward together. So and it's good to know your neighbors in your region, I think. And so this Oceanic Ambassador, the idea for us to come together like this was a brilliant idea, and I appreciate what Ash is trying to do. We've had so many different webinars, but this actually brings everyone together, so we get to know who is in our region, and that's the bonus for coming together in this webinar. It's always been I've always felt that it's a privilege and an honor to be a founder. When we started off, then we shifted the name to Brand Ambassador. Ash has given us a gift that we probably never have another gift like this in our lifetime, to be a part of something that's great and that's continuing to evolve.
Veronica, you're fading.
Yeah,
Oh dear.
that's better. It was
Okay,
just, it was
but-
starting to get really quiet. So
Oh, I see. Sorry, I'm putting the phone right up to my mouth now.
yeah, thank you.
Ash has given us a gift, and this gift of being a brand ambassador in Onpassive is just there's really no I don't think we can put any price to it. It's invaluable. And so as brand ambassadors, I agree with all the sentiments that everyone has said initially, that we take ownership of the name being an ambassador of Onpassive. We've come on this journey. Most of us didn't know what we were getting into, but we believed in what we were told, and we believed in Ash. As each year as he spoke, and we saw the company evolve from being what it was to where it is now, and it's just beyond any of our imagination, any of our belief that we could be part of something like this. I mean, I look at myself and I think, you know, I never in my lifetime did I think that I would be a part of something like this. So Ash has given every one of us an opportunity to be more than where we are, and we can go on to dream, not just dream, but realize our dreams and be it's just, oh dear, I just can't.
There are no words, Veronica,
so
sometimes.
Yeah, I'm just so overwhelmed that we've come and here we are, we've launched. I think that's really what I'm trying to say, that we've waited and we've launched and we're out there in the market, and the feeling is it's just so surreal that we are here now. And there's going to be a lot of change from here onwards. I really appreciate all the effort that everyone has given, both from our founders from everywhere, from the US to UK to Australia, helping each country to build and to bring our ambassadors up to speed with what's happening, even from within PNG. Everyone is ready to get everyone on board, and the process is still ongoing, but we're together. We're together as we try to help each other get over the line to complete with the OMAIL registration, get everyone the details together, and that's the thing that Onpassive has done, is that it's created a community of people that want to help each other from within Onpassive itself, from within that ambassadors community. Even before we reach out to the world and go out to impact our community, we're already starting from within. So it's something that we're going to carry on and impart outside as we start seeing the apples coming in, and everybody's in a position to financially do something about their situation and impact their their community.
Absolutely.
Thank you for all the support everyone is given to each other. I really appreciate being part of this community. Thank you.
Thank you, Veronica. And again, thank you so much for taking the time to be a part of our very first Oceanic Ambassadors. Now, it's going to be run differently every week, and I just want to share, Veronica was talking about helping others. The reason why Ash wants everything brought together is because there are too many, or there have been many webinars, different days, different times of the day for all over the Oceanic region. Okay, there are some smaller places that are left out, not included. You know, we brought together Australia and New Zealand only being a smaller island. And then, you know, we supported PNG because they're close to us. It was run on a Sunday afternoon. So we need to, as family, start to join in, start to say to those people in our countries, hey, this is what Mr. Ash Mufareh wants, not what we want. This isn't what Narelle Walcon wants. Okay, this is what I wanted for a while now, but it's not just all about me. Okay, and I like Chris, and believe you me, I don't do the hours that Chris or Julie or Marty or Red do. However, I still do a lot for my country because I love my country and I love Onpassive. However, it's time for me to step away a little bit too and allow you guys to stand up and shine. Okay, because that's all I've ever wanted, was to see those who could step up and want to shine as well. But you have it in you, each and every one of you, because you all have a heart. You're here for a reason. You think that you're not good enough. You think that I can't do what she does. And you know what? I was there once too. I didn't just come out and go, hey, yabba dabba dabba, and that I could talk. You know, I've always covered up who I was because I wasn't being real to me. Okay. And after everything that I've been through in life, I know that the first thing above the dear Lord, right, the next person to love is myself. So I'm asking each and every one of you to look inside and say, you know what, I can do this. And I want to start seeing, not tonight, but I want to start seeing the leaders start sending us names about who would like to give this a go. Remember that I'm not just going to be sitting out the back, right, or not here. I'm always going to be here to step up. If you have problems, if there's problems, somebody comes in, you know, if there's internet problems, we'll always be here. You know, Chris has made a little bit of a promise, and I don't want to hold him to that 100% because I don't think that's fair. I think we have enough people here to be able to step up and carry this and carry it strong for our countries and carry it strong for the Oceanic region. Okay, the leaders are here supporting, and we want you to say, you know what, we're going to be responsible. We're going to be proud Onpassiveans, and we're going to stand up as brand ambassadors and shout Onpassive from our countries. Okay, let the world hear that we are here. It is time for us to stand up. Now, I'm not going to do a rant and rave of, you know, Australia, whatever, but I'm just here because that's how I feel in my heart. So I'm going to go over to our couple of hands that we have up here, which is Yvonne, if you would like to open up and share a little about how you felt this week. We're cutting down to about 1 to 2 minutes, if you don't mind. Thank you, Yvonne. Lovely to see you here.
No worries, Narelle. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I am really, really blessed to be here tonight, especially in this Oceania meet. We're obviously always in these very big groups, and we never have the opportunity to speak, even when we want to. So this has really narrowed it down, and so this is a good time to be really with our countrymen, if I could say that. Yeah, guys, you know, I just want to really re-emphasize on what you just said, Narelle, and also David, on being grand ambassadors. Grand ambassadors, you know, guys, this word, we've used it so many times that we've just lost its value. But to be honest, this word is very, very powerful. We're just pretty much representing greatness, really. And to be Onpassiveans, it's just something beyond us. And I just wanted to share a little bit of what we Papua New Guineans shared in our previous gathering. We spoke about being very aware of who we are and what we represent within ourselves as individuals and also within our families, and then our communities and the country as a whole. One thing we emphasized on is the way we speak. Just our tone of voices, to be aware of how we talk and how we speak to people around us. As Onpassivians, we are very different from the rest of the people around us. So I just wanted to really emphasize on holding ourselves up and being respectful, self-respect first and foremost, and then we'll be able to respect others around us as well. In doing so, we the light that comes out of us as Onpassivians is very different from everybody else around us. So when you are that person, people will be interested to know who you are, what you're doing, and getting to know that you're an Onpassivian. Everyone will tell that you're just different. So I just wanted to encourage us that to be aware of ourselves in our families, in our marriages, with our children. Some of our family members, they don't really know what we're doing, who we are, but we've actually really grown in this space, in the Onpassive space, as individuals as well. So this has been also a personal growth for me, having to come out and speak like this. Confidence is what I actually gained from this, and I'm very happy that I'm able to at least share what I feel and how I feel about myself, in my family first, and then outside and just out here with the Onpassive family. We're all in this together, and especially this group of people, the Oceania, the countries that have been put together, that we represent. This side of the globe, the sphere, is going to be completely very different from individuals. That's us, individuals like us in different countries, in the different Pacific Islands, and our sister there from Samoa there. I'm really, I don't know, for some reason I've been thinking about Samoa, if there were any Onpassivians, and here we are. We've got Anna here, and I'm so blessed and happy to know that she's here in the group representing Samoa. And Samoa, it really had its very bad time, but it's going to be very, very successful as we move forward with Onpassive. So is Papua New Guinea. So yeah, very happy. That's where I'm from, Papua New Guinea original, but based here in Western Australia. And very happy to be part of this, and I'm looking forward to more of the gatherings. Thank you, Narelle.
Thank you so much. And you know what, you're right, Yvonne. Yvonne. I think what I see here, the pattern tonight, or what's being shared, is that brand ambassadors, that name really sort of stands strong with us, and we're growing into it daily. The more
Absolutely.
we see, the more we do, the more we communicate, the more we mix together as family. I think that's what is bringing the name brand ambassador. Is not just a name, it's a feeling. So thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate you, and please come back.
Absolutely, no worries. See you soon.
Thank you. Hi, Sula. Just a couple of minutes, Sula, and then we'll go over to Elizabeth. I see 4 hands. We'll end with Mary. If somebody else sneaks their hand in, that's fine. But yeah, we'll just keep to that 1 or 2 minutes. Lovely to see you, Sula.
Thank you, Narelle. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. My name's Olaf. I'm from Brisbane. I'm so humbled by all that you've shared tonight, and also what I've read and listened to from our recorded webinars. I just want to acknowledge my best friend, my leader, Anna, here tonight. Anna had shared this opportunity with me a couple of years ago we were involved in other things in the past. She mentioned it to me. I didn't fully understand it, so I never pursued it, was involved in other things and kind of lost contact from there. But then she contacted me again a couple of months ago, and the tone of her voice it sounded really urgent, you know, get in or you'll miss the boat. So I went in, I signed up and I went to the back office and do my own due diligence, you know, gain a little bit of knowledge. And I was excited with what I've seen, and was so excited to work again with my leader, Anna. She's just a beautiful soul. And I'm so humbled by listening to all everyone and the hard work that you've been involved in from the beginning. And I've only just come in, and I was just reminded of this word in the book of Timothy: teach these truths to other trustworthy people who will be able to pass them on. It's like training leaders who can train others. And this is what I see and what I've witnessed in the last couple of months that I've been with Onpassive. It's great customer service, which begins with being employees focused and then customer second, because too often organizations focus all their energy on customer while ignoring the people who serve, which is all of you. This may work in a short run, but eventually employees become tired, burnt out, negative, and resentful. Organizations who deliver the best service have a culture where employees are valued, listened to, and cared for. And in turn, these employees value, care for, and serve their customers. So if you model great service, your people will share it. If you want your team to serve, we need to serve them. This is what I witnessed. Like, for example, now Narelle, it sounded like she's an expert in doing these virtual meetings online. She's ready to pass the baton on to others. And Chris, you know, and listening to Marty and Red, you know, I'm just so humbled by all the work that they have put in to build and to help and to support Onpassive. So because of time, you know, I want to end there, but I just want to congratulate you all and thank you all very much for all the hard work that you've done so far. God bless you.
Thank you, Suella. That is so beautiful. Thank you for sharing. And we appreciate each and every one of you, you know, so it is about, you know, allowing others to shine, and it's okay. You know, in other companies, I think, you know, on the journey, sometimes, and I'll just be very quick, but sometimes on the journey, people are trying to get to the top. Okay, they'll step on anybody to get to the top. In most businesses, even if you're in bricks and mortar, you want to do the better than that shop down the road that sells the same stuff. Everybody, it's sort of like a, what do they call it? I think they've got a word for it, but the thing is, Onpassive isn't like that. And I think it's taken some time for some people to actually go, oh, hang on a minute, this is different. I don't have to be so competitive. I don't have to do this. I don't have to knock this one over or knock that one down to get to the top. Every one of us are at the top. And the person that has taken us there, besides our dear Lord, is Ash Mufareh, because he has been given the vision and he is taking us to the top. That's what he says. And then we'll go to the top. But we don't need to step on each other. We just need to care. And now is the time for us to all come out and shine our lights bright. So I just wanted to share that, but thank you so much for bringing that out, Suella. Okay, over to Elizabeth again. I'm just going to call on the 1 to 2 minutes, please. Just be aware of the timing. We are getting close to Chris needing to have his breakfast. Okay, over to you, Elizabeth. Just unmute, yeah.
Thank you. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, loud and clear, Elizabeth.
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. During the week and all this time that I have come on board since 6th of November 2021, and I want to put in what I have been listening and learning over this month of this year. Something that is called glossaries of words that Dr. Soha spoke about during the webinar. And tonight, I would want to share with us of how I see Ash being so humble in the way he goes about in doing this business. When I joined, I heard him saying on a video this phrase, "Come and piggyback on me and let's build this business." That's the phrase that made me sit down in the night and I'm going, wow, this man he's trying to help us, you know. So I joined. And this man has been always, the words that come out of his mouth is we, ours, and us. If you have been listening very, very closely, it's never, and something blow me and anyone making and blow me yet. No, in Fijian is what we are saying. It's mine and I'll do it myself. So it's we, ours, and us is what I have been hearing from Ash's mouth coming out all the time. And also I have been listening to him and I picked up all these words. This man is just so consultative. He's participative. He's humble. He is so consultative with us. You know, for a CEO to come down to that level to work with us, it's something new that I have learned in my years of serving in the government of Papua New Guinea and in the church and whatever I have been doing as an administrator, even living in the villages to be a community worker. These words are always in my heart. Be able to communicate, be able to bring in your people, be able to lead. This man has been a great, great, great leader for us. And now that he is surrounded with all these high-powered personnel from wherever they came from, I don't know how God sent these people to Ash in Dubai and in Hyderabad. We are so blessed. It's been a year for me, but it's been a learning year for me, and I must admit that I really had transformed. And I see that there has been a lot of personal development in us, all of us. We have come out to be really somebody different, you know. And I just want to say thank you to Ash, what has done for us. And thank you to Soha for what she's doing for us. And thank you for considering the third world countries. Thank you, Narelle. There are some more words that I can share, but it'll come later. Thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Thank you
oh my gosh, thank you so much. And again, sorry if I just take on here, but there's just one thing that you again said, and you talked about different levels. How did he come down to our level? He didn't. We were already at the same level. Okay, he picked us up and actually brought us up to his level. Okay, so just remember, we're not down on any level. Sometimes we feel that way. We feel that we're not good enough, but we've been lifted up and lifted up together. Remember? So thank you, Elizabeth, for sharing that. Appreciate you coming here tonight and supporting us all. Okay, we've got 4 hands left. I'm going to call it now. Mark Diva, you are the last one tonight to speak. And then we can all go off and do, because I know it's late in a lot of our countries, especially for Kenton. So let's keep it to that 1 to 2 minutes. Kumaran from Malaysia, thank you so much for joining us. And please open up your microphone. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Narelle. Good evening, Brother Chris, Brother David. It's going to be more than 2 minutes, I need your permission, because it's not always got a chance to talk in front of Brother Chris Johnson, because I joined about almost in March 2021. But then I never took it serious until Dr. Bill William started a Zoom in Singapore with Mabel. And that's how I understand about Onpassive, and I start making myself busy with the whole concept. But and slowly I understand about Bless and what our CEO says about correct the corruption, which is in Malaysia. I'm sure everybody knows about what's happening for the past few years in Malaysians. Okay, so as I'm an Indian in Malaysia, we have this quota system, right, for education, and the Indian community is the minority, sorry, and we have about 2 million Indians in Malaysia, and it's 10% is the rich above the B40, and when I saw about the Bless, okay, I made my decision to focus, and that's where I started to share with my my friends, and I grew. I have a team because I want to focus on the Bless with my Indian community, and slowly the Dubai, we have the office in Dubai. Then when we start growing like a giant, and there's one time Brother Chris said the breathable income. He's talking about the breathable income, and that time I was thinking, am I at the right place? Is it a dream? Am I sometimes I will just touch and see, am I at the correct time, correct place, or something like that. But then there's one time in the corporate webinar when our CEO honored Brother Chris for the Bless, because of the mother, and that night I understand my mission, why I was chosen in this Bless, I mean in this Onpassive. I got the answer, because I'm staying with my mother for the past 25 years. I'm 54, and she's staying with me, and I'm looking after. Even we have 4 brothers, but she's staying with me, and my wife. We are staying together for 25 years in one family. So that gave me an answer. Wow, because it's very hard to stay wife and the mother together in one house.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. And that is 25 years, it's like both is my one eye is my mother, one eye is my wife. So I have to balance them, So that is the answer I found then I know. And the other thing I did was I donated blood more than 60 times because I'm O negative. So these are the 2 things I've done. So when CEO chose Chris, honored him, then I know I am at the right place. I have chosen one.
Beautiful.
And my team grows. So I already planned. I have about in the Indian community, I have a lot of leaders here. So I already planned what to do for my community, and that's it. Thanks.
Beautiful. Thank you, Narelle. Is it just one word? Okay. What did you feel about when Ash shared this? Did you get to watch the live or go on the webinar?
Yeah. About
one
that,
word.
so
I just want one word. Just one word. How did it make you feel?
There's no word to say.
We're going to make up our own dictionary, the
correct.
passive dictionary. So thank you so much for coming on tonight. We really appreciate the fact that you've come in from Malaysia. So thank you so much. We're going to go over to Mary now. Mary, lovely to see you. Come on down and open up your microphone, please.
Hi, good evening, Narelle.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, good evening to Chris Johnson and to all our fellow brand ambassadors in the Oceanic region. I'm actually in Papua New Guinea tonight, Narelle. Not in Brisbane, so I can't show my face and all that. But thank you for allowing me to come on and just have a few words here. I'm truly lost for words, and I don't know how to express myself because when you look at Onpassive and look at a bit of background about Ash and all that, he is someone who's one of the greatest marketers, or who's somebody who's affiliated with being a master in marketing. I think if that's when I had a look at his other company, GDI Infusion, it blew my mind away as to what he does. And for him to get us all on board on and create something like a big thing like Onpassive and bring the whole lot of us onto this is basically a gift from God. And I am truly grateful to God and grateful to Ash for picking up us, the little people from around the world, and raising them up. In the last years that when I signed up or joined up Onpassive, I kept continually listening to all the guys like Red Redfern, Chris Johnson, Mati Digamo, Mike Ellis. Some of these guys have made it in their own right, but they've been brought together with one vision, and that one vision is to see how we can uplift humanity. Now, I'm sure we don't get to see it a lot in places like Australia. I've lived there for a long while and then coming back home. What I get to see down there is what I get to see here back home in Papua New Guinea is not what I get to see every day down there. You walk out there and your heart breaks every time. And one of the things I want to say on this panel is I take my hat off to our Papua New Guinean Onpassivians here and the struggles they go through with getting internet on. And this is something those of us that live in the Western world or where internet and all these things that come really good for us, we take it for granted. There are struggles that they go with, that there's a power cut, power can go off for hours on end. And I'm talking about being in the city in Port Moresby. The power can go off for hours and hours. They can restrict water for hours and hours. And yet I see faithful Onpassivians. And tonight, Veronica, David, and the other Onpassivians in Papua New Guinea, I take my hat off to you. And you have done, and you've gone over and beyond to provide that service to your people here, to uplift them and to follow that vision and to go right through. You have already done what Hess has always said, and you've brought it right out of your heart. And I don't know how you managed to do it, but congratulations to you, all the team leaders here in Papua New Guinea, for what you do. I have had to come back home to realize what you really go through, that I have taken it for granted back in Australia. And I'm truly humbled to come back home and live through it now myself and be able to see what they go through. Thank you so much. And to all the team that have put Oceanic Ambassadors together, thank you, Narelle, and the team that has brought this together. You've Onpassive has united a big movement, not around the world. And for us to have an Oceanic team, it's a blessing, because then we get to know our neighbors as to who's living down the road. So we know we have friends around that we can get to. Last but not, I think I have to end it before I carry on talking. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Mary.
Sometimes I look at myself and I'm thinking, who am I that I could get in for $97? This is really a gift from God, and Ash is truly a gift from God. And I know each one of us, we are all believers. Somewhere, I pray that we keep Ash and the technical team and everybody in, and especially our own Pacifians. We just need to keep praying for each other that we all get to live to see and reap the blessings of what is being given to us, the gift that is being given to us. And I am pretty sure if you have joined Onpassive, my message to you is that you are a giver. That's why God has given you this gift, because at the end of the day, we're not taking it with us. Come the day we have to farewell planet Earth, it will be here to stay and have a legacy to live on. So that is all, and I want to thank all of you, and thank you for the opportunity. May God bless us all.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And thank you for sharing from your heart. We do appreciate you coming on. And I think you're right, coming together, Oceanic Ambassadors, is very important, and it's something that we should be very proud of. Okay, we're just going to go over. We've got 6 minutes left. And I don't want to put everybody on a timer. I don't like doing that. Please speak from your heart, but just be aware that the time is ticking. So Narissa, over to you, and then Mark, and it looks like we have a latecomer at the end. We'll see if we have time to take you, Uni. So thank you. Hi, Narissa.
Hi everybody. Just wanted to catch up with everyone, basically just to say, hey, this is just wonderful, having all the Oceanic brand ambassadors coming together. There's a lot more of us. I've got a lot of sleepers on my team, and part and parcel of the fact that I'm not really an internet marketer, neither are they. And I had the opportunity given to me, and I've gifted a lot, and they're mainly to families and close friends, but they're all humanitarians. And I know that once they get into that ecosystem, they'll get it straight away and get behind it. Because, well, Chris, you've got one of my favorite things, Oh Bless, and I'm looking forward to that getting going, and so many other things. But at the moment, I'm still trying to learn just things about the different products, and just sharing, so I can well, observing and listening to most of the leaders when they're sharing things, so that I can relay them to my sign-ups and get them confident. And they're just going with the fact that they trust me. And it's like, I live in a little, where I live is a small town. It's about 45,000 people, and we're surrounded by hills. It's 2 hours to get out every way. We live in this little wee paradise here that no one really knows about. And the last thing that any of us really know, I don't even know anyone that does online marketing. And we had a big cruise ship come in from America just last week, and I stopped and had a talk to some of the ones that were looking around the town. I live right in the center of town, and I said to them, oh, you know, what's your impression? And they said, oh, we can't get over the fact that you haven't got tall buildings, you know, that there's no skyscrapers, and everyone's just so laid back, you know, and that's how we are. We're just, for want of a better word, probably was well known for being the capital of a very sort of what would you call it, vegetation? Yeah.
Diverse.
Yeah, and so we're a surf city. We just, you know, fish, and we do our, you know, we grow our own gardens. We, you know, everyone's hunting and everything like that, because we're sort of isolated to the rest of New Zealand. So there's a few of us here that I know that once we get going, we've got a big, you know, job ahead of us. So my thing in regards to that, I just feel happy and grateful in the fact that I can, this is my legacy to my children, my grandchildren, my great-granddaughter, and I've just got to get them on board. So I'm trying to do it, you know, get the confidence so that I can get out there more and well, get on more webinars, speak more confidently. I mean, I am on other webinars, but I walk a different life. And it's been that life has been that ultimate force that our CEO has been in touch with. So I could relate to everything that he was talking about, because I've been on this journey for 4.5 years roundabout. And
well,
and
you're
the good
doing
thing,
a fantastic job, Narissa.
yeah, so it's up to us now. We've been given this wonderful gift that's come to us, and so it's time for us to put on our cloak of service and our rod of leadership and go out there and pass it on, pass it forward.
I love those words. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Somebody spoke earlier about being overwhelmed, you know, like that you go through a period of overwhelm and everything, you've sort of just been riding this little wave up and down, and then all of a sudden everything's happened and we become quite overwhelmed. One of the things I found, which you just said, is to lose myself in the service of others. And that's what helps me stay humble, because it's about other people. It's not about me. I will be rewarded, absolutely, 100%. But it's about giving of my heart to those people who don't have what we have, you know, those people who don't have the ability to use the computer or do those things. And I see it, and that's been handed down by Marty, Red, Chris, Julie, you know, those who step up and actually spend so much time, because it would be easier to just say, don't want to do that. I can't help, you know, because that talks about the I am. But anyway, I appreciate that, Narissa. Like I said, we've gone over time already, but thank you. Appreciate it, and come out again. Absolutely. We'll be looking for hosts and co-hosts, remember, so don't feel that you can't do it. You'll always have support right there in the background. Mark Diva, can you just unmute, please? Thank you. Appreciate you being here, Mark. Are you there, Mark?
Those were two hands that constantly went up and down. I think Zoom was messing with their hands.
Okay, that's okay.
Narelle, can I just quickly say that I was sorry that I missed the party. And I thought, oh no, because I was so excited after watching the opening ceremony that I couldn't get the song out of my mind. And I thought, I'm going to put John Barilla to shame, and I'm going to sing the song.
Yeah.
And play the didgeridoo for my Australian brothers and sisters.
We had, I know last night I watched Australia play Japan, and I don't know whether it was a recorded one or not, because then I heard that they played Denmark. But anyway, we're winning, okay? Australia is winning, and the joy, oh my gosh, it's just amazing. So never watched soccer in my life, but all of a sudden I've become a fan of when Australia plays, at least. Okay, we might just lower those hands down. Chris, if you don't mind. Yui, are you there? Sorry, Uni? No. Okay, so that's okay, guys. You can
yes.
Oh, there you are.
Yes.
Come on down.
Yes. Hello there. Hello,
Hi.
my name is Winnie Fonoti. I'm here from Samoa. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good night, and whatever time of the so thank you very much for this great opportunity to be here with you today. I'm here in Samoa, very happy. The weather is pretty good. Sadly, I'm a rugby fan, by the way. Our tour Samoa got beat by Australian, the kangaroo, but I'm okay with that because I'm an onpassive. Yes, but I just want to. I know time is limited, but there's a lot I want to say, so I have to cut it loose. That maybe some other time. But this Oceanic meeting webinar is pretty good. Very happy. Despite of everything that's going on here in Samoa, but I'm very proud to be an ambassador of Onpassive, because I know that there's a future, and it's really is about the people. This is the humanity. That's I think one of the main thing that I'm getting from Ash is really about the mindset of everyone, and I think that's why very like about what he's leading, his leadership. And also I like to acknowledge everybody. I don't know all the leaders behind this whole big thing, like Engineer Mike and everybody else. I don't know because I'm just brand new on these things. But there are some people I would like to acknowledge, especially the Samoan. Oh, bless the leadership there. Anna, thank you very much. So Ula, you always help me out with a lot of struggle that I've been trying to, especially the technology, and Langi and everybody else. But other leadership that I really want to acknowledge is really Daryl Wood. Man, you're the man. Daryl Cook. And also Chris Johnson. Man, every time I see you with that clock, man, it always give me like, man, I just want to be there with that clock. And also, what's his name? Mighty, man, you helped me out with that. Your ecosystem thing, man. It was struggle here in Samoa. You know, Samoa is very real limited with the technology, man. But man, you made it so easy for me to get right in it. Thank you, and man, this is the first organization I've ever been, or company. I mean that everybody want to help. It's not really about competition, but everybody try to help one another. And that's why I'm so proud. You know, this couple of weeks I've been growing crops in my land here in Samoa. And really, this is the first time I really growing crops and smile the same time. Normally when the sun is shining and the raining, so you get real frustrated trying to get these crops out of the way. But for me, since I've been on Onpassive, man, it's like everything with a smile. And for that, that's my time I want to share with you, my fellow ambassador. Thank you very much. I'm very proud to be ambassador of Onpassive. And let's keep going. Thank you.
Yeah, woo, thank you, Winnie. Thank you. And where have you been hiding, young man?
Yeah.
Woo. Thank you so much. Definitely need you on.
Yeah.
You definitely need to come on our webinar as a host or a co-host. We would love to hear a little bit more, you know, and just to be able to come out and share, guys, you know, like you don't have to talk a lot. You just got to get on, bring a few people on, let them shine their light. You know, we can do this. Remember, you're no different to me, okay? And I'm no different to you. There is no levels. We are Onpassive, sorry, getting a bit tired myself now. Okay, so I want to thank you. You're definitely gone down in my book, so look out because I'll be stalking you. Getting your information, and I'm sure Anna will pass it on even if you don't. But yeah, I want to just say quickly, thank you, everybody. Okay, this has been an amazing first time. You know, this isn't easy, always just throwing things together. And some people think that that's exactly what you do. You just throw it together. It's all right. It's easy, right? But it's not. There's a lot that goes on in the background. Okay, and a lot of it is constantly knowing, thinking, adding, taking, you know, all those sort of things. But it's not just that, it's creating the banner, it's creating the information, because I like to change the EST time into Australian times, or those times today that we've been able to share from all the countries that have joined us. You know, people like that little bit of extra service. Okay, so they don't have to look it up, or they just look at it and go, oh yeah, it's 10 o'clock my time, or it's, you know, 6 o'clock in the evening. Those little things are the things that help. Okay, but I just want you to know that we appreciate it. I think tonight has been a huge success. I think that we can only get better and better with whatever we do, because that's how we grow in Onpassive. We grow, we evolve, we do a little bit better, we grow, evolve, grow a little bit better. You know, it's about the whole journey thing, and we're actually helping each other along the way, which brings me to say that, you know, there are many of us that may have or have had or are still having concerns within our new ecosystem. And those are going to be cleaned up, because I know that today when I was listening to Marty, I think he shared that there's going to be a button, a reset button. There is going to be something that's going to be there to help us. I'm going to go over to Chris because Chris might be able to share more on that, and then I'll come back and we'll finish up for tonight. But I just wanted to say thank you. Well done to all of those who came out and spoke. Like I said, it's not always easy. We grow with everything that we keep trying and doing better and better. So thank you once again. Over to you, Chris.
Well, thank you, Narelle. Good morning, everyone, or good evening, or good afternoon, or great everything. Been a long couple of days. I'm real excited about this because actually the name, just the name Oceanic Ambassadors gets me pretty fired up. Love the background too, Narelle, I really do. It's nice to see my brothers and sisters that usually come up at 2, 3, 4 o'clock their times to have your own time slot. That was one of the big things that we were shooting for because you all know we didn't really come over to Australia and New Zealand when it was at 4 o'clock in the morning. We didn't get a lot of support for that. But it was time where we're not breaking off in sections. We're just making sections more powerful. And that's the Oceanic Ambassadors, where you guys don't have to get up ungodly hours. You are just as important as anyone out there. I said that 2 years ago when I started coming to Australia and New Zealand. I'm glad to see Papua New Guinea in here. David, my condolences. Give my condolences to Nancy also and the Papua New Guineans. Love to see PNG, big heart. But I also see Singapore, the Philippines. We got Peter representing the Philippines. We got Australians. You need to come out a lot more there, brother. I seen some diamonds in the rough tonight. And like Narelle said, share this. It's a fun experience, number one. You all really know each other if you think about it. Where's Kumaran? Is it Kumaran? My man, oh bless all the way, brother. I appreciate what you said. Ash, the way, this is how I say it, I've said it quite a few times. The way to say thank you to Ash is go out and do those good things he always talks about, help people. Say good morning, say good night, help a stranger out. Because there's a lot of people out there that do need help. There's a lot of people in this world who are struggling every single day. We don't hear about them. That's the people that we need to get to. I'm a big old blesser. I know a lot of you are, but right now, let's just celebrate the launch. We've got a lot of people who are still not woken up, and let them know they got 1 year to wake up. They still got 1 more year to wake up because you have a year since the time we launched. So get them woken up. Let them know I've got a lot of 2018 people that have been smacking me in the head and they didn't pay attention. Now they want to pay attention. Right now, the world is going to soon pay attention big time to a company called Onpassive, and you're part of it. And we have every flavor. I mean, every flavor in the world is in the bowl of Onpassive. We respect everyone, and it keeps giving. I really truly believe at the bottom of my heart that Onpassive will change the world. Just to say, look at a massive amount of people in all colors, religions, races, big, fat, tall, skinny, sexy like me. You know how it goes. And we're coming. And you know what? We're coming with peace, love, happiness. We want to help people. So don't forget what it's really all about. But my goodness, get out there and celebrate. Start talking to people about it. The ones that you were afraid to talk to about, we launched, guys. There's no more fear. I knew that fear. I deal with that fear every day of, oh, what if I say the wrong thing? And like I said, as a joke, I would tell the people that I didn't really like too much because I knew they wouldn't believe me anyway. And I told them about Onpassive and they ran the other way. So it worked out good for me too. But guess what? They are going to run back to me. I guarantee you that. They're all going to run back to me, and every one of you. So Narelle, great show. As always, you're a phenomenal host, but I'm looking for some of you individuals every week. Narelle, I'm getting old, folks. I'm getting real old. You can hear my voice, but you guys are all leaders. We're founders, but you're all leaders. And Uni, you better get your butt out here every week because you fired me up and I haven't slept in 64 hours. All right. So I needed that. Narelle, back to you. I love every one of you and keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it. And yes, so much thanks to you for coming out and supporting us as always. There will be others. I know Red Redfern planned to be on here today, but he was flying with his wife Jane. So we appreciate that fact. It's probably a better time for Red in the UK to be able to join us, but we look forward to anyone who wants to come over and, you know, have a look around and just be here to support us as we have supported those in those countries for many years, or a couple of years, however long it's been for you. But you know, it's just about being here. It's just about saying, yes, I can do this. You know, I can do this. You see, and one of the things that Chris, you brought out with and again, not just yourself, but with the founders' feedback and all of those that you might have watched as a recording, or if you attended them live, was that some people who were probably going on, never going to do that. I can't do that. Oh my gosh, look at her. No, I can't do that. But all of a sudden it changed in them, because all of a sudden they could see, actually, you know what, I can do that. And I want to do that, because when you hold it all inside your heart all the time and you're not sharing that stuff out, you know, where do you think it goes? Okay, shine your light bright. Nobody's here to judge you. You are amongst friends and you are amongst family. Okay, don't allow somebody else's thoughts or your own head, really, because that's where it starts. Okay, don't allow that to happen. You're all unique. You're all beautiful. You know, even the guys, some of them, I mean, Chris says he's sexy, but I'm yet to probably see him prove it. But anyway, I want to say good night. I want to say thank you so much for everything. Again, reach out if you want to step up, if you want to co-host, if you just feel like, oh, I'm not ready to host just yet, just reach out and we'll put you in as a co-host to help, just so that you're starting to get to learn the background sometimes of what other leaders do. You know, have a little chat. Anna, I see you nodding, because I know that you're such a great support. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your dedication to your country, but also living in Australia. So we appreciate you for being here and standing up and saying yes. David, again, condolences to Nancy and the family, and her brother-in-law, I think you said.
Yeah, brother-in-law.
Please send our love and condolences over to Nancy. We would love to see her here whenever she is feeling strong enough to come over and attend. But please pass that on to her. Peter Haji, thank you for being here from the Philippines and Manila. I know you've been traveling around a little bit as well. We appreciate you.
No worries.
And Ken,
good.
My gosh, man, go to bed now, okay? It's very late for Kenton. And we really do appreciate it. So thank you. I hope you really all enjoyed this. Please reach out, share with others. Make sure that next time that we're meeting here together, we have double the amount that we have now. Because being a first one, people are a little, oh yeah, I've been to one of theirs, and you know, but it's not like that. This is about bringing people together. Okay, bringing our countries together. And that's what the important part is. So I look forward to having a little bit of a rest next week. So send me as many messages as you like, put your hand up, okay? I'm going to enjoy being here and just sitting in the background a little bit. So thank you once again. You can open up. I'm going to finish the recording if I know how to do that. Here we go.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Good night.
Really good
Good night,
night.
everyone. Thank you, Narelle.